Got it. Ew.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the buzz about Smithtown Krav Maga
With Kenza.
and Nick.
And Nick. And Carl.
Welcome.
And we
Carl.
say Carl like that because of Walking Dead. Yeah, Carl. So, we're going to call this Testimonial Tuesday with Carl. Carl doesn't know what we're going to ask him, so he's just going to put it out there any way he wants. And if it's bad, we're going to beat his hiney. Just kidding. No, we're not. We're going to take the criticism, and we're going to improve. Right?
Yep.
Right.
That's what it's all
Right?
about.
All right, so Carl, how long have you been training at Smithtown Krav Maga?
Since January of this year, I've been coming to Smithtown Krav.
And you came to us from another Krav school.
Yes,
correct?
I used to go to Long Island Krav Maga in Bellport. Unfortunately, in December, our sensei passed away, and the school kind of was over after that. He was the only teacher, so it was kind of a small search. I mean, I found you guys pretty quick, and you know.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, Kevin was a great guy.
Condolences.
Kevin Wing was a
Very
great
sad.
guy, and you know that his death kind of motivated me to continue searching out Krav Maga and martial
so he
arts.
played an important role in your life.
Absolutely.
Inspired
I mean,
you.
I only knew him for about 6-7 months, and in the short amount of time that I knew him, I mean, it was just one of those guys that walked into the room and just exhumed integrity. You know,
Yeah.
that's few and far between to find people like that. So,
Yep. Very inspiring.
absolutely.
Personal.
You came here with some friends.
oh yeah, there was a crew
Ed
of
and
us.
Rich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jerry.
Jerry. Yep. Fun times. So, what do you think? Comments, criticisms, good things, bad things. Go.
It's a lot different from what we were learning over in Bellport. They were kind of stuck to the Krav Maga worldwide curriculum, and they were just basically on that. It was like, you know, you had to move up through the different ranks to learn new things. What you guys are teaching here is a lot more violent, to say the least. Which I mean, I really enjoy. I kind of like violence.
Fit right in.
Yeah, that's you know.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah,
Sounds perfect.
absolutely.
Well, some would
absolutely.
say you train because you don't like that.
That's it. Yeah. So I mean, that's definitely one thing I noticed. A lot more hands-on, throwing your feet to the fire. You learn it or you don't, and you know, you move from there. You know, and you guys had the same camaraderie that was going on over in Bellport, which
The
was
family
absolutely
atmosphere.
that family atmosphere was something that drew me in as well. You know, that was
that happens automatically when you have good people and a good system.
Oh, yeah.
And a great place to train. You know, you encourage that person to beat you down as
Yeah.
much as he's encouraging you. You know,
Yeah.
like I feel good for you if you would do something that hurt me as a fighter.
it's a different level of
well,
respect.
depending on the level of hurt, of course, but
Right.
absolutely.
You've been to the ultimate level of hurt.
I've been a hurt.
You've had a pretty significant injury. That wasn't done on purpose.
No,
It's a training accident.
and you know what? It's I keep saying that's the fire that you learn under. That's really there's no greater learning experience than something like that. As bad as it was, I wouldn't trade it.
So anything you guys used to do at the old school that we don't do here that you would want to see maybe implemented here?
We did at the old school. I mean, Kevin was big on the physical fitness aspect of it.
Right.
So our warm-ups were pretty intense. Not to say that your guys' warm-ups aren't intense there. I know we talked about the Saturday classes there. You kind of made me regret bringing that up that Saturday. But his Saturday classes were brutal. I mean, he used to run us through the ringer. That was, you know, one of the only differences that I could tell between the two. You know, and still.
I mean, we got to get the jump ropes out again.
Gotta be more physically fit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he would get that heart rate up to, you know, just a ridiculous rate, and then we would start training because you're not, you know, that's
Yeah, you gotta train. You gotta fight tired.
yeah,
That's
that's
been
what you
part of
learn
our
what you
program,
want.
depending on the class and stuff like that. That's,
Have you done any of Drago's classes?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
so
absolutely. That's the one I
he's right
commented
there.
about. Yes,
Yeah, he's
absolutely.
right there.
He's a maniac.
Yes,
I love it.
It's great. Love it. Awesome. What else? So more violent. Like the techniques are more violent. We just
Not so
train
much
harder
technique.
with each other. What
Yeah,
did you
a little
mean by
bit.
that?
I would say you train harder with each other. A lot of more hitting. The techniques themselves, I noticed, are a lot more cutthroat. It's not, you know, get away from the person. It's end them right there. If they're a threat, you want to end the threat. So
And get away.
and then get away. So that's one thing that I have noticed. You know, that's
speed and violence of that.
Absolutely.
Fluidity.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
trying, like we were talking about tonight. You know, go from going step 1, 2, 3 to 1, 2, 3.
which is a lot different. You know,
Yeah.
when you
Fluid.
in the act of what you have to do. You know, this is all stuff I hope I never have to use. In all honesty.
That's where you learn
hit
it's
him
never
or
somebody.
something.
Yeah.
Alright, so There you go.
How about the
Testimonial
facility?
too.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Facility. So you guys trained in like a
Oh, we had a
the
warehouse.
back of a
It was a
warehouse.
warehouse.
It's kind of Bruce Lee like.
From what I understand, they used to train in a garage. They had a garage. Guys would go flying into stuff that was on the side of the walls. But it was a small warehouse. He rented it out from a guy that ran CrossFit in there.
Oh, okay.
So you guys have a lot more, and there was no punching bags or anything like that. It was
really?
basically
It was
just
all technique?
It was technique, pads, hitting each other, and that was it. I mean, you guys have a lot more stuff to work with here. I would say, definitely say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I bought the school, this is how it was decked out. So, you know, he did that part time. This is a full time school.
Yeah,
so
yeah, no, that's a
why
huge
there's a
difference. You could definitely tell the difference between part time and you guys. This is your life basically. Your livelihood. You know, it's good.
How about
So-
the mix of students and the variety of classes?
I mean, I've only had a chance, unfortunately, to do some of the other classes here. I really want to start learning the Kali that they're teaching tonight. I mean, that's some interesting stuff. It's right up my alley. Just right now, my life is not giving me the time
not
to do that.
conducive to do
Yeah, the jiu-jitsu classes on Monday I would love to do also, but like I said, I'm lucky I get here 3 nights a week is my goal, and I'm
That's
just
3 nights a week is a good goal.
Just
3
making
nights
that
a
right
week
now.
is well above average.
You know, and another thing is the kids classes too. I'm able to bring my son here, which is, you know, another.
Oh, I thought you were going to want to enroll in the kids class yourself.
No, man.
You might get hurt.
Although I wouldn't mind beating up some of those little kids.
His
but-
son trains hard, except
Yeah.
for when he eats a big dinner
Don't
before
do that.
class happens.
Don't do that, Jax.
Oh,
Because then it comes back up to say hello.
All over the back of my truck.
oh, wow.
Is that why you're driving that today,
yeah,
huh?
yeah,
All
it's a
right.
little stinky in there.
Yes.
But yeah, that was another thing that drew me here is that you had the kids class, and I feel like, you know, learning self-defense, especially at a young age, is extremely important.
Now, how do you feel about, you know, you being a parent to one of the kids that takes our classes? My whole philosophy with the kids was to water it down, but not to the point where it doesn't work. Like, you'll see tactics that are very watered down because I guess you don't want to teach kids violence, but like my whole thing is if they need to use it, you want it to work
You
kind
want
of
them
thing.
to
I
have the
mean,
whole.
You look at the world we live in, it's not exactly the nice cookie-cutter place that's made up to be,
Yeah,
you know?
kids are victims, you know, of twisted adults and
Absolutely.
twisted older kids. So, you know, there's no reason to slow it down.
So when I first took over, like our tactics that we taught the kids were different from the adults.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as the adults, so just don't teach them as aggressive.
I mean-
you don't let them know about certain things that are like, you know, physically impairing.
Oh, absolutely. I think that comes down to the kid too, and their upbringing. If they have a good head on their shoulders, they know, you know, they don't necessarily want to hurt somebody that's, you know, a kid that's bullying them or something. They just want them to get them to stop bullying them. But if, you know, they'll understand that if an adult's attacking them, you have to
gotta
stop
do
that.
what
You got to do what you got to do. You know.
Yeah, so yeah, I didn't want like a kids program where they learn for X amount of years and then they move over to the adults and it's completely different.
No,
I
it's
just wanted it
gotta
to
be
be
just
like more
more
in-depth.
intense version of
Yeah,
the same
more
thing, yeah.
intense, more in
productive.
depth.
built off the same foundation.
Absolutely. That's why they learn
And
the same stuff.
the same mindset.
Cool. So overall, happy?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
You can give us constructive criticism.
Yeah,
What you
no,
got?
nothing right now. I don't want to get beat up either. So
I'm not gonna beat you up.
Just-
I learned from you.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I
appreciate.
I really appreciate everything you guys have taught me and what I've learned here. It's like any day you could go home and learn something new. In my opinion, is a good day. I'm all about learning. You know.
So, we're happy to have you and your brothers from the other school.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I
appreciate
want
it,
to
too.
hopefully sit you guys down one time and have you guys like.
Yeah, do
Tell
a
some
group
stories
type
about
thing,
Kevin.
yeah.
They got some stories, man.
When you
I
guys can all
it's an honor
be
to
together
have
in
them.
one class and you can be here, let's sit them down and have like a nice group
Yeah, that'd be
discussion
really cool.
about the whole
mean,
school
they got some
and
stories
Kevin.
about that guy. He was a maniac. to say
Yeah,
the
I've
least.
seen well his old Facebook before he passed.
Yeah.
I looked him up. I saw some pictures.
Holiday
He trained
class.
in
I did one
Israel
holiday
and
class.
stuff.
Oh yeah, he's been to Israel.
Yeah.
He trained Ronan Mizrachi, the guy in the city. Yeah, so he's knew his stuff, man. Knew his stuff, and then finding out after he passed away how good of a guy he was.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a youth pastor.
Wow.
They adopted a child from Guatemala. I mean,
wow.
he was just
So
a
he's
good human being.
for his
Very involved with
community
his
and
church.
everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was sad. God
It's
takes the
always
good
the good
ones,
ones,
good
man.
ones
Yeah,
first.
but you know
man.
what?
It's just the truth.
His work was done.
Oh, yeah.
And look at the impression
Oh,
he
yeah.
left on you after just a few months.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
there are people that are like that in your life, and they're angels.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
sometimes they'll redirect your whole path.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Or-
good to
or
like
affirm
get
that
to
you're
know
on the right
him
path.
through the stories you guys can
Yeah,
tell us.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know,
I'd
so
love to set that up where you and Ed and you are here that same night, or even if you Ed, Rich, and Jerry are all here, we
Yeah.
can sit down.
Definitely, absolutely. I'm sure
You
they would
guys would
appreciate
go.
that. Yeah.
Let's go.
It's sad. I wish some of his other students would have started coming here.
It's never too late.
They were a
man.
little
Reach out
further
to 'em.
along. They were further along in their curriculum than we were, so they wanted to finish and get the their black belts and get the piece of paper that said that they accomplished the curriculum that they were learning and they were so used to. So I don't know exactly. I was training with them for a little while on Friday nights. I would go train with them back in Bellport, but it's like maybe once every other month now that they do that. So I haven't seen them since, I want to say April was the last time I saw those guys. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks. You know.
Well, hey, if you're watching, you're always invited and welcome to come.
It's good stuff here. Absolutely.
All right, bro. Thank
Nice.
you. I'll let you get home to your kids.
Thank you for having me, man.
Let you get home to your kids.
Anytime.
All right. Look for our next one.
See you next week.
All right.